welcome to my showcase of Black Classical Inspirations. Thank you all for joining me tonight. After weeks of research, rehearsals, and preparation, I am beyond excited to share with you all the work that we have done. Tonight, we will be showcasing and highlighting works by 6 Black American classical composers from the 18th to 21st century. Some of these composers you may have heard of or you have not, but if you have, you may not know their history in developing a unique American style. Be sure to download the program from the Google Docs link that is available in the Instagram page as well as the Facebook page at Black Classical Inspirations. It is also available in the email invite. The program will include a lot more information about the composers as well as my colleagues in Drexel Chamber Strings. My mission tonight is to educate and share these stories that have not had the same respect or acknowledgement by the mainstream community during their time. Not only is this a platform of representation of Black composers in a predominantly white community, but also to show that Black history is American history. Finally, please join me tonight afterwards on Zoom for a short Q&A and reception to continue the conversation. The link and passcode will be available in the description. I hope to see you there. Our first composer of the evening is Francis Frank Johnson.
Born in 1792, Johnson was a buglist, violinist, and an educator. He was one of the first Black musicians to have music published in the United States, one of the first major band leaders, and the first Black musician to tour in Europe. He led some of the first interracial bands and is sometimes credited as the father of jazz and ragtime due to his use of improvisation and unique rhythms. He is also a key Philadelphia figure, as he spent his life in the city where he mentored and taught many Philadelphia musicians and composers and was thought to be the founder of the Philadelphia School of Composers. In 1818, his first set of sheet music was published, titled A Collection of New Cotillions. Throughout his career, Johnson composed over 300 pieces of music. His band was originally composed of well-known Black musicians of the time, performing mostly for the Black community, but over time, as their notoriety grew, the band featured white musicians as well and performed for audiences of all races. His band was invited to tour throughout the Eastern Coast, most notably in Saratoga Springs and throughout Canada. In addition, they were also invited to perform at the Buckingham Palace, where Johnson learned of the Pops style of Johann Strauss and brought this back to the United States. Throughout his career, Johnson and his band faced racism and discrimination at many of their performances. Some of the all-white bands refused to perform at events where Johnson's band was booked. Many audience members did not believe his band could read sheet music. In St. Louis, Missouri, the city sent out an affidavit for his arrest due to violating state and city laws that did not allow free Black Americans to stay in the state without a license. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Johnson's band was chased out by an angry mob after a concert. Although Johnson was well known within the more affluent white community, he continued to teach, perform, and compose music for the Black community. He often